why don't we make it a joint celebration for Tan Sri's pro-chancellorship? I wish we could have a different function to be for the new pro-chancellor. But as you know, it's so difficult to get us together. So I thought, Shahia, that's a good idea. And of course, today when Tan Sri walked in, I knew that she would ask me this question. She said, how did you decide on these names? Of course, that was the most difficult. So Shahid said, well, it's not that difficult. She's so optimistic. Maybe it's not that difficult. Who are active on the WhatsApp group and who usually comes? Of course, the first criteria is only KL girls, except the two Seremban girls who are so totally reliable. So we excluded Neon and Bada and all that too far away. So it wasn't as difficult as I thought. So, and then Tan Sri said, of course, with the SOP and all that, we have to keep the number small. And she suggested this hotel. Maybe I should divulge the truth to you because we're getting a good deal of her membership here. So we get a big discount because their food is not, I think the food might be good because the price is something. Okay, so when she suggested One World, I've never been here, but that discount is really very attractive because the first thing that came to my mind is Bunga Raya Lake Club. But the most important thing, Jeffrey, I must thank you for giving us this room.
Okay, my pleasure.
Jeffrey has a minimum expenditure for you to be eligible for this room. If there were 20, 24 of us, that could have been the case, but we can't get that many people. So we didn't reach that level of billing today.
Thank you so much.
So he said, I can give you the main dining area, but I'll screen you off. I said, that's better than Lake Club. But well, that was the biggest blessing today. We got this row, and Jeffrey, thank you very much. So Tan Sri, to answer your question, that was really the criteria we used. Who are usually active and who has come to whenever we have a function, who turns up. And of course, there are a few others that wanted to come but could not come. Okay, maybe I name names to you now, like Ajit Aziza, she's on a wheelchair now. Jen also is not very healthy. The last time she couldn't come. Rod and Rajanorani wanted to come, but Rod with a very, very big problem of her edema in her leg, and she hasn't been feeling well with the swelling. And Rajanorani fell down a few days ago, so now she's in pain. So when we said if this room can take 3 tables with 6 to a table as SOP, so Shahid and I worked on 18, assuming the 18 will say yes. If the 18 says no, in time we might be able to replace, but otherwise we just have less than 18. So to cut a long story short, dari 18 jadi 16, pagi ni langsung kita jadi 14. So Tan Sri, this is, I must thank you for initiating it. And of course I knew I am already initiated together. Yeah. So she initiated it and I passed it on to Shahid. Shahid was the one who did everything. So this is really, in summary, therefore, it is our great pleasure and pride, of course, to be associated with our dear Cik Asiah. Cik Asiah. She's always Cik Asiah. In her young days,
Still young at heart.
and some people gave her a lot of trouble. I don't think I was one of those. I never had to measure my skirt length. That's for sure. Yeah, I think all of us were the goodies. I know she has some bad memories of some people, not among us. Maybe that was the criteria of inviting people. But I bet you were never much of a problem. So this is really to congratulate you to be the Pro-Chancellor of University and Dr. Mazlan Osman. This Tan Sri sheet is like so long overdue. It should have been given to you long ago, even before you retired. So it was no surprise to us, and of course you can imagine, the pride that we have in you. So girls, so today this is our pleasure. Hopefully we will enjoy the lunch. Tan Sri, would you like to say anything for the new Tan Sri? Any future Tan Sri?
You will be the next.
No,
Professor Emeritus and dear friends. 55 years ago, I would have said dear girls.
We love the girls.
Still qualified, not really qualified. Narima can call you girls.
girls.
Okay.
We still
Thank
got-
you very much, dear Mazlan, for being able to be with us. With us. I really echo what Amma said. She can climb Everest and you know what else she climbs, but she can't find a way to the.
Once the lompan,
Dear friends, we are gathered here to happily celebrate the transleadership of dear Mazlan, and thank you also for remembering my I don't know to say happy or sad appointment to the university.
Which university?
Kelantan,
Kelantan.
the new not so new state university of Kelantan, 15 years old.
Yes.
Knowing my limits, I was not so sure about accepting the appointment. But then I was told that the Congo is coming round and the thing had been gone to the Istana and so on.
Practically akan dia nak.
Yes, pergi istana, ya.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you know that particular Sultan who
Yeah.
put me,
Yep.
he doesn't accept.
Just
He's not the chancellor. He should be the chancellor, but his brother is the chancellor.
He deputized
And then
the
the brother is helped by his uncle, the Tunku Tumanggung. I can't remember his name. So they needed another one because this time they were doing 2 years combo, you know. So 6 days. I had to be there the first day to accept my appointment, and then the last day where I had to work morning and afternoon, handing out the.
Oh, it's done. It's done. It's done.
Is that the next day I was off. Anyway, Mazlan, we're so proud of you, and so I mean, we bask in reflected glory. Betul, as Narim said, you should have got it years ago.
Long overdue.
But I suppose better late than never. Anyway, she has been busy. Literally and metaphorically climbing mountains. She's been up Kinabalu, I don't know how many times. Everest, more than once.
Annapurna.
Not Everest, but the Himalayas. I would
Anyway,
say Himalayas.
it's part of
Part of Everest, yeah.
And you know, I said metaphorically because she is a lady of many firsts.
Yes.
She set up the planetarium, she set up the space program, she set up so many other things, whatever came to Dr. Mahathir's mind that involve science
Yeah.
at the fringe of
Yes, frontier.
At
the
the
knowledge.
fringe, yes, yes.
She would call her
do
up
it, yeah.
even in the middle of the night. And I know she also would call him up in the middle of the night. Not everybody can do it with Dr. Mahathir. Maybe Dr. Siti Asma also
Still
cannot
do, yes, yes, still do.
Still do what? Good. So we are so happy for you, with you. That's what I said to Narim. The sooner knowing how busy you are, and you are going to be off somewhere again.
Riyadh, yeah.
When are you flying?
This Saturday, I'm going to Riyadh. But that's,
You had your booster?
no, I
Dua
think dia
Fully
nak
vaccinated.
perlu 2 vaksin saja.
Yeah. Definition of fully vaccinated is 2.
Yes, it's 2.
I was invited for my booster, but thinking of today's lunch and yesterday I had another lunch appointment with her. I mean, when you have your booster, doctor, you're not supposed to move around for a few days, kan?
Not really. Not
Depends,
really.
depends on
But
Not
the
really.
vaccine is like me, I was knocked out one day. Second day.
No, I never get knocked out, but then.
No, first two okay. The
but
third one is already terrible.
I was made to understand you have to build up your immunity.
No.
Whatever.
It shouldn't
Yeah.
interfere with your activities unless you have symptoms.
Anyway, we wish you all the best. We know you're going to climb literally and metaphorically more mountains. And now we await for a tone ship, I suppose. Huh? It will come away, I'm sure.
Inshallah, inshallah.
So,
Don't you only 25, living one at any one time. So you have to wait for
Yeah.
somebody to die. Don't is 25. Even Tan Sri, there's a limit. I think only 350.
Say something like that. Yeah.
But
Don't easily
you have already received you were there on
Yeah, I had already.
The photos of us, I'm asking, why?
Because I think they gave a very limited number this year,
Yeah.
and so the event was actually quite small.
Yeah, well, that's-
I can tell a bit later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Were you
but
the only lady?
Yeah.
no, the bank governor.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No Syamsiah.
In
No
the
Syamsiah.
PSM lah, kan?
Yes,
But there
in
was
the
some,
PSM.
but no other, no other ladies.
No other women.
But two
But I tell you all a bit of story that one
Okay.
later.
All the best to you for your future. All the best to everybody. And thank you very much. Thank you very much, Narim and Shahid, for organizing today. And I was in Kelantan.
Yeah, we knew that you were-
Eastern.
So we just took over, we just said we'll do it, and then, you know.
Luckily, I managed to
As you
get
do,
hold of
always take over.
took over.
Jeffrey's phone number, so I
Yeah.
passed on to Narim
Yeah.
between you and the two of you. I think it looks nice, and I'm sure what's coming is nice, huh, Jeffrey?
It took Shahid and I 2 hours of choosing the menu.
Really?
I'm
Just to
exaggerating.
guess what it was.
I think now I feel pressure already.
It's very, very unique. The menu is
Dear
unique.
Mazlan, all the best.
Thank you so much.
Okay, 2 more.